We are traveling to the backcountry of Chile, so can we have your attention, please? That's more like it, because we have a grape episode for you this week.
Because this is the bung, and that is the bung hole.
We're having a day of drinking wine in Chile where they make great wine.
I'm pumped about this. I'm just so psyched about this day because I wanted to do this.
We are venturing to the Maipo Valley. Like reds, prefer white?
Blanco, blanco, blanco.
Doesn't matter, we've got them all for you. From the wineries that have been around forever
Undurraga is one of the oldest wineries in Chile.
to the hardest to pronounce.
La Quirinca or Quiniquera
Yeah, something like
or
that.
Quinicla.
Cheers, pour yourself a tall one because we are taking you to one of the finest wine regions in the entire world. Yes, I've had a couple of glasses, sorry. But we're doing it in this episode of Window Seat.
If you're a wine lover, this might be the whole reason you're coming to this part of the world. Vineyards span the entire country from Atacama to Araucania. If there's a valley, there is bound to be a winery in Chile.
The climate works great for the making of the wine, but it's not necessarily native to here, so you get a lot of these French and North American influences that kind of combine into this wonderful thing that we have, which is South American wine.
In 2021, more than 320,000 acres of grapes were planted in this country. And in 2022, Chile produced more than 1.2 billion liters of wine. So when we arrived in Santiago, we knew we had to spend a day exploring wine country.
You go to one of the most beautiful and known wine regions of the world, this is what you're supposed to do. I've done Bordeaux, I've done Georgia, I've done Napa Valley or other parts of California.
But how does this place measure up? Only one way to find out. So we load up in a van with a bunch of other wine lovers for a full-on, day-long wine excursion. By the time it's all said and done, we'll have hit up 3 wineries. We'll put the information on all of them in the description below.
And I love these tours because they take you to a bunch of different places. So you really get to really see a true variation of how wine production is done.
First up, a 45-minute drive through the gorgeous Chilean countryside, through the Maipo Valley, and a stop at Campo la Quirinca.
This is our self-sustainable family farm and winery in process. Louis!
It's part family farm, complete with alpacas, horses, and chickens. But they also give you an old-school lesson in the history of winemaking in the Maipo Valley, showing you the vineyards and equipment that have evolved over the decades.
Going to turn around and we are going to make a movement with the wood like this.
They even show you how to put a cork in it.
And this machine is going to squish it and push it like that, okay? Campo la Quirinca, our cellar.
A trip inside their small cellar lined with bottles of Chilean wine caps off the tour. Then it's inside for a look at the cool gift shop.
Chateau Potrero Seco, that's the name of the wine, okay?
And last but not least, a wine tasting. This is what we've all been waiting for.
Okay, so, second glass of wine. El segundo vaso de copa de vino. Tenemos Chateau Potrero Seco, that's the name of the wine, okay?
We sample glass after glass, including a little shot of an apple pisco Mistral Nobel. And with each drink, everyone in the group seems to get a little happier and more carefree. This is a great winery to start the tour because it's small and authentic, and you can just tell how much they care about the art of winemaking.
I'd go with mom and pop type thing. It's a family farm. Their production level is very low.
I love the way that it was such a small operation. They don't produce very many bottles at all every year, and it's so by hand. Like, they bottle everything by hand, they label everything by hand. It is very hands-on, mom and pop, and I love it. And you know, she really sort of resented the bigger wineries in the area because they're hard scrabble. They're trying to make a go of it. Their vines are young. They've got a lot of growing to do, but yet she gives a real window into what it's like to try and figure out how this industry works, how you can find your place in it, how you can grow in the Chilean wine business, and I'm really excited for what's still to come for them. It's really cool.
All right, we're on the road again, headed for the next stop on our Maipo Valley wine tour, and it is the Santa Emma Winery Tasting Room. As we make our way into the building, we are struck by the stunning vineyards that sit here in the shadow of the Andes Mountains in one of the richest grape-growing regions on the continent.
I think this is awesome. I mean, this is why we wanted to do this while we're here, and this is the one of the things you need to do when you come to Chile.
So the guys at the back, do you like it?
It's very good, yeah.
In the tasting room, we're given a crash course on their Cabernets, Caramaners, and Merlots.
Okay, so was it good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Very good.
Okay, now this is actually our bestseller.
It is the perfect setting to raise a glass and celebrate a great day with great people having a great time.
The second winery is much bigger. It's much more slick operation. I saw a lot of multinational people. There were a lot of Brazilians there. It was a nice sort of modern tasting room, and they really had their act together. And the contrast between the second and the first was really interesting because it was not mom and pop at all. It was really sort of, we are in this to win this and we're going to get it together. They had some great wines too. That Malbec was fantastic.
Merlot.
And that Merlot was fantastic.
All right, that is not the wine talking. At least I don't think it is. But anyway, this is one of the premier wineries in the Maipo Valley. And if you're taking a wine tour, make sure you put this place on the list. Again, we'll put a link to the Santa Emma Winery in the description below. All right, now let's get some lunch.
Hola, mi mejor amiga.
We stop at a popular restaurant where once again grapes really tip the scales in our favor. Appropriately, the place is called Zinfandel, but this time it is not the wine that draws us in. It's that near colorless spirit made from fermented grape juice that is so famous in this part of South America, known as pisco. If you come down here, you gotta have a pisco sour, or two, or more. And about that time, you're really feeling joyful.
God, I'm sorry I've had a few glasses of wine today and a couple pisco sours, but that's how you're supposed to spend a day in Chile. Like, honestly, it's like...
While Sean tries to finish that thought, let's move on to our third and final winery. A stroll through the palm tree-lined gardens on a gorgeous, sunny winter day in the Maipo Valley leads us to the biggest, most impressive winery we've seen all day, and one that's probably already on your radar if you're a wine aficionado. Undurraga.
Now, in here we only have red wine varieties. For example, these vines here are Petit Syrah. And yes, a little bit smaller. Petit Syrah. And over there we got Malbec.
These are some of the wines that put this hemisphere's winemakers on the map.
Rojo. Well, you're right, but here is the premium. 2012 in UK.
And in a strange little underground bunker, they actually even have a little map showing you where reds and whites are aged and why this country is such a perfect place to grow grapes.
So what we really said there was pretty much everything with the exception of the Syrah from Limari is a white wine if you go north of the Valparaiso area, because there's a bunch of valleys and most of the stuff when you go south is red. That's pretty much what we're saying. Unfortunately, I didn't know or forgot the word for accept.
At this point in the day, Sean is making about as much sense in English as he is in Spanish, so on we go with the tour.
Oh yes, I know, but we also in Chile a couple varietals.
They show us inside this nearly 140-year-old winemaker's facilities, from the tanks used to process the wine to the barrels used to store it. And then we go downstairs to the massive and impressive cellar.
We're in the barrel room here at Undurraga. We've gotten to see a lot of the process today from a lot of different perspectives, and it's wonderful. And taste a lot of delicious wines in the process, so why wouldn't today be a bad thing? And it's like, look, it's funny, like when you look at the barrels, you see where they come from. France. They bring them in here for a reason because they make better barrels, and it's delicious and wonderful, and that's why I wanted to be here today.
They produce thousands of bottles every week, and they know what they're doing here. This is a slick operation, and it says something about their success because, yeah, they're not a mom and pop operation, but they know very much what it takes to win in the wine industry in Chile. They know how they can make their place for it. This is a very big name, and it's fun to see the contrast between what we saw at the very first winery and this one.
Oh, and as if we needed any more, there's also, you guessed it, more wine tasting.
Also 14% of alcohol, this time on the normal percentage for a red wine.
Now, it's hard to say. Maybe it's all the wine talking, or maybe it's just true introspection, but spending a day out here in wine country really does give you a new appreciation for the art of winemaking, whether you're like Sean, who absolutely loves this stuff.
I mean, I'm a huge Malbec fan. That's South American reds and Spanish reds are my favorite wines.
Or like me.
I'm not a wine guy at all, but I love people that are passionate about anything, whether it's, working at Walmart or growing grapes. I don't care. If you're passionate about what you do, I love that. And I love to see the people who are in this industry in Chile, where it's such a big deal, who live, breathe, and eat wine. And it's cool to see some people who care so much about this and will give everything they can to make this a success. It's fun to see.
So that's a wrap. 6 hours, 3 wineries, countless glasses of wine, and lots of rambling thoughts on South America's premier wine region, the Maipo Valley.
I really love that we got the opportunity to come here and experience this, and kind of, even if it's off season. I don't care if they're growing it that day, but to be able to kind of see where it is and see the fields and just the beauty of everything around us, because God, it's gorgeous. It's a wonderful day. This is why you travel, to see these different parts of the world and to explore why people come here.
And why do they come here? Well, when you have this in this kind of setting, why wouldn't you?
All right, so there you have it. 1, 2, 3 wineries plus a great lunch in the middle. It's a great way to spend a day in Chile. If you've got time when you're down here, be sure to do it. Also, if you'd be so kind, be sure to like and share this video so you can show others kind of what we're doing all around the world, and comment if you could too. What winery did we leave out? Where should we have gone that we did not? We'd love to hear what you have to say about that. And if you'd be so kind, we'd love it if you'd subscribe to our channel, Window Seat World Travel, as we continue our travels all around the globe. We're pushing 80 countries right now with a whole bunch more to go, but we'll share the journey all along the way. So hope you'll hit subscribe. That's it for this episode of Window Seat. We're back with a brand new episode next Friday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. In the meantime, be sure to enjoy one of these other episodes from Window Seat.